What if the greatest season of your life begins the moment you stop explaining yourself? What if the turning point isn't when people finally believe in you, but when you no longer need them to? Let them think you're ordinary. Let them assume you're just another person with big talk and small results. Let them misunderstand your silence, because while they're measuring you by what they can see, you're building something they can't. You're laying foundations underground, brick by brick, habit by habit, decision by decision. And foundations are never glamorous. They're poured in dirt, shaped in pressure, and left unseen long before the structure rises. The question is, are you willing to stay hidden long enough to become undeniable? There's a dangerous power in being underestimated. When people don't expect much from you, they stop watching closely. They stop preparing for your growth. They stop seeing you as a threat. And that's when you gain space to expand, space to fail privately, space to learn quietly, space to sharpen without interruption. Most people waste energy trying to look impressive. You're learning to become impressive. That difference changes everything. One path seeks attention, the other builds ability. One fades when applause fades. The other strengthens with repetition. Which one are you choosing? The world is loud. Everyone is broadcasting their goals, their opinions, their temporary bursts of motivation. But noise is not progress. Talking is not transformation. Posting is not producing. You can announce your intentions every day and still remain the same. Or you can go quiet and let your evolution speak when it's ready. Silence isn't weakness. It's restraint. It's discipline. It's the decision to protect your focus from the opinions of people who don't carry your responsibility. When you stop seeking validation, you free up energy. When you free up energy, you concentrate it. And concentrated effort is powerful. Ask yourself honestly, do you want to be seen trying, or do you want to be seen winning? Because those are not the same. Trying earns sympathy. Winning earns respect. Trying is comfortable because it gives you something to show without requiring full transformation. Winning demands change. It demands sacrifice. It demands consistency long after excitement fades. That's where most people quit. They love the idea of growth, but not the process of repetition. They love the image of success, but not the identity shift it requires. Are you willing to become someone unfamiliar to your old self? There will be days when no one checks on your progress, no one notices your discipline, no one applauds your restraint. You'll wake up early and the world will still be asleep. You'll say no to distractions and nobody will reward you for it. You'll keep your head down and people might assume you lack ambition. Let them, because ambition doesn't always shout. Sometimes I study, sometimes it trains, sometimes it waits. Real growth often feels lonely because it separates you from environments that celebrate comfort. You start declining what once entertained you. You start prioritizing what once intimidated you. And slowly, without announcement, you become different. Pressure will test you. Doubt will visit you. Fatigue will challenge you. And in those moments, you'll realize something critical. Motivation is unreliable, but discipline is steady. Motivation depends on feelings. Discipline depends on decisions. When you choose to act regardless of mood, you gain momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence reinforces identity, and identity shapes destiny. That's why the quiet work matters so much. It's not just about results. It's about who you're becoming in the process. You don't owe the world a preview of your next move. You don't owe critics access to your blueprint. Not everyone who watches you wants you to win. Some observe out of curiosity. Some observe out of comparison. Some observe hoping you'll confirm their doubts. Protect your vision, not because it's fragile, but because it's valuable. Seeds grow best underground. Expose them too early, and they struggle. Guard your growth until it's strong enough to withstand opinion. What would happen if you stopped defending your dreams and started defending your time? What would change if you replaced arguing with action? Every minute spent convincing someone else could be invested in improving yourself. You don't need agreement. You need alignment with your own standards. Raise those standards. Raise them so high that your old habits can't follow. Raise them so high that average no longer feels acceptable. When you commit to higher standards, your circle might shrink, your routine might tighten, your comfort might decrease, but your capability will expand. Understand this. Results compound. Just just like neglecting compounds. Small, disciplined actions repeated daily create massive shifts over time. Small compromises repeated daily create regret. The difference rarely shows immediately. That's why patience is critical. Most people quit because they don't see quick evidence. They mistake silence for stagnation. But growth is often invisible before it becomes obvious. Roots deepen before branches spread. Strength builds before it shows. Keep watering your effort even when the surface looks unchanged. You may feel forgotten during this season. Invitations may slow, messages may decrease, people may move on with their routines. That's okay. This isn't exile, it's elevation. Isolation, when chosen intentionally, sharpens clarity. It reveals who you are without constant noise. It forces you to confront your excuses. It demands that you either rise or retreat. And if you choose to rise, you begin building something internal that no one can take from you. Self-trust. When you repeatedly do what you said you would do, even when it's hard, you start trusting yourself. And self-trust is powerful. It removes hesitation. It reduces fear. It strengthens resolve. One day, the work will show. It always does. The body reflects the training. The bank account reflects the discipline. The skill reflects the hours. The confidence reflects the battles survived. And when that day comes, people will call it sudden. They'll ask how you did it. They'll assume there was a shortcut, but you'll know the truth. You'll remember the quiet mornings, the uncomfortable growth, the choices nobody saw. You won't need to explain because the evidence will stand on its own. But don't build just to shock others. Build to satisfy your own potential. Build because you refuse to settle for the version of you that almost tried. Build because regret is heavier than effort. Imagine meeting your future self 5 years from now. Would that version thank you for your discipline today or resent you for your excuses? That future is shaped in silence. It's shaped in daily decisions that feel small but accumulate into identity. There is strength in restraint, strength in not reacting to every comment, strength in not responding to every doubt, strength in letting your progress answer instead of your mouth. Emotional control is power. Focus is power. Consistency is power. None of them require volume. They require intention. They require repetition. They require you to stay locked in long after the novelty fades. So keep going, keep refining, keep showing up even when the excitement fades into routine, especially then. Routine is where mastery lives. Anyone can be intense for a week. Few can be disciplined for years. Longevity separates amateurs from professionals. Patience separates wishful thinkers from builders. Quiet endurance separates those who dream from those who do. Let them underestimate you. Let them assume they've measured your limits. Limits are often self-imposed anyway. When you stretch beyond what feels comfortable, you expand capacity. When you expand capacity, you expand possibility. And possibility, backed by execution, becomes achievement. Stay grounded. Stay focused. Stay aware that your greatest competition is who you were yesterday, not who is watching today. So ask yourself one more time, are you willing to be invisible for a while to become unforgettable later? Are you willing to sacrifice comfort for capability? Are you willing to choose discipline over distraction repeatedly, even when nobody is tracking your effort? If the answer is yes, then keep moving quietly, keep building steadily, keep sharpening relentlessly. And when your moment arrives, it won't need an announcement. It will carry weight. It will carry proof. It will carry the quiet confidence of someone who earned every inch. Let your results speak. Let your growth stand. Let your silence echo through your consistency. And when the world finally notices, it won't be because you shouted. It will be because you became impossible to ignore.